Welcome to the Empowered Dancers podcast, where we talk openly about all things empowerment in the salsa, bachata and kizomba scene. Join me as I talk about the highs and lows of Latin dancing, as well as interviewing some incredible people on their stories, experiences and points of view, both in the dance scene and beyond. Go to empowereddancers.com/5 ways for 5 tips to boost your confidence on the social dance floor. I'm Bobby Miles, that's Bobby with an IE and Miles as in distance. Sandra is a fitness, yoga and nutrition coach focusing on holistic health and has a huge passion for dance as well. Sandra teaches bachata with the mindset that both she and her students are always learning and growing, which is really cool. Welcome, Sandra. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure and I'm very excited about the podcast. Thank you.
Me as well. I was really taken by your work and what you do with it. Can you tell us what brought you into bachata in the first place?
I used to dance a long time ago. When I was 16, I started with street dance, jazz dance, heels dance, all this kind of stuff. And at some point, I came more into all the fitness stuff. I went to the gym and I've kind of did not dance anymore. And at the point I felt like, okay, I have to try something new. And then I came into bachata. I really like dancing, having fun on the dance floor, meeting new people and just enjoy. So that was the reason to kind of get back to dance without going to a dance school where I sometimes felt like being a little bit too old for hip hop and street dance when you see all the people like 16 and I was 30 or even a little bit older, and it just did not make me feel so comfortable. And also I think partner work, it's such something different, and I was excited to explore something new.
Lovely. Yeah, that joy of dancing and that connection with other people, it is beautiful.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So tell us a bit about your work you do outside of dancing, because the two feed into one another quite closely, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a group fitness trainer. So I started with group fitness, dance fitness. And after I did an education as yoga teacher, nutrition coach. And what always motivates me is to connect people through movement, no matter if it's dance, exercise. And I realized quite quickly that there are a lot of people also struggling with their self-esteem, also in the group fitness or the fitness scene. And this is what also motivated me to go more into all the coachings that I also do. And I think everything is connected somehow. And that was the reason, just to also motivate people to do something good for their health. Even if it's physically or mentally, health is not just how your body looks like, it's how it feels and how you yourself feel about your body and who you are as a person.
Completely, yes. So what kind of benefits do you think things like bachata and fitness can bring for mental health to start off, let's say?
I think it's, first of all, learn to let go. Also learn to express your feelings. I also, for example, teach dance yoga, which helps me a lot with letting go of feelings that I maybe don't like so much, because sometimes we are sad, we are frustrated. And then it helps me to just express feelings through dancing. And also with other fitness stuff, it's sometimes I'm a little bit angry and then I have to let go all of my energy. Then it helps to do a good workout where I really feel my limits, also physically. But in the end, it makes me feel better no matter what I do. And I think it's important to learn what does make me feel better in moments where I maybe don't feel so well.
Yeah, because when we have negative emotions or experiences, they need to come out somehow. We can't just keep them inside.
Yeah, definitely. And also we talk about negative emotions. However, for me, I don't want to call them negative because emotions are there, and it's always a reason they want to show us something. And I try not to call them negative. Sometimes I do, but I really yeah, I want to shift also my mindset about that because emotions, no matter if it's happiness or sadness, they are right and they want to tell us something that is important.
Yeah, they've all come from somewhere. That's really true. I think, yeah, it was only a few years ago when I first started experiencing real anger in my adult life that I started to think I need to give space to it. It's a valid feeling. So you're right. I think I'll try as well to move away from the idea of it's negative. It's just another emotion.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's also for me very important to give all the emotions some space because I'm also very good in kind of distracting myself from my emotions that I maybe not want to feel in that moment, but they will come back someday somehow, and maybe not in a way we really appreciate it. So
They
that's
can
why.
come through at unsuitable times or in
Yeah.
ways that, yeah, we would not have liked. But yeah, if we don't deal with them, then yes, they, you're right, they don't go away. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Mm,
And I also think we never really learned about how to deal with all the emotions that we have. We, even at school, we learn how to read, how to write, then all the mathematics and stuff, but we don't talk about how to deal with feelings, how to um, deal with maybe difficult situations that we all have in life.
mm.
So
Yeah,
this,
we don't. No, we
yeah,
don't, do we? We just look at the academic stream, but there's no holistic human side to it.
exactly.
Yeah. Hmm. And then how do you bring in starting to process emotions like anger, frustration, upset into your work and your dance teaching? Are they separate in the way you deal with them, or do they kind of have the same holistic overarching themes?
Yeah, it depends in group fitness which program I teach.
Hmm.
For example, in yoga, I always encourage people to just be mindful about the feelings that they have and that every feeling, no matter what feeling it is, it's good and it's important. And in dance fitness, people often struggle with frustration because the first time, sometimes it's difficult because they don't know all the steps.
Yeah.
And just to empower them to work on the steps and not to give up too early. And even if there is frustration, just to name it and say, it's okay, you're frustrated right now. I know this feeling so well, and keep on going because we learn with repetition. Repetition is the king.
Yes.
And yeah, just kind of talk about what's happening right now in this
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah,
And
that it's
it's
okay to
okay.
finish a class and go, I'm not so happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's normal. And with every training, it will get better. We all started someday.
Yeah, because we can change the perspective on that frustration for it to be from it's frustrating, I can't do it, to, well, this is me telling me I want to be able to do it. This is a motivational thing. This is me wanting to improve. So it doesn't feel great, but the why that I'm feeling it is a good thing. I want to improve in this area.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
And that's also normal that maybe I sometimes compare it when we learn a new language, we
Mhm.
have to repeat, and practice the language, also the words. And with the steps, it's the same. And
Yeah.
it just needs time, and it will be even more fun when you can let go of this kind of frustrations we all know.
Yes, I can relate that so much to language learning. I've been in phases where I'm I feel more self-conscious to speak in front of natives, for example, because my language isn't good. But then at a certain point, I that mindset starts to change and I go, well, if I can communicate, let's communicate. And I'm kind of putting onto them that they're going to judge me, but they haven't done that.
Mm.
So putting that, what's that? I'm projecting that onto them. But that hasn't happened yet. This is just me, thinking on a little thought process in my head. And then when I actually do then go, okay, I'm going to speak, it's going to be fine. It is fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Sometimes we tell ourselves things that is not objective and that has nothing to do with the reality.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, a mindset
Mm.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, work on that too.
Yeah. I think that the mindset things you do are really cool. Um, One I came across recently of yours was that no is a full sentence, just on its
Exactly.
own. And it's great to hear people in different places and spaces advocating for just no full stop.
Mm. And it's saying no because I want to take care of myself.
Yeah.
And often we tend to say yes without even thinking of what we really want
Yeah.
ourselves. And also, we want always to give a reason why we say no, but we don't have to.
Mm. Yeah, it's so difficult to prioritize ourselves and not dismiss the other person or people, but kind of go, I'm gonna put myself first.
Mm.
And that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. And also in dancing, when I observe myself, sometimes I say no.
Mhm.
And for me, there is always a good reason why I say no. However, it still makes me sometimes feel bad because I said no. And then I kind of go into my inner dialogue saying, no, it's right. You can say no if it does not feel comfortable for you. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it is. And the more we remember that and hear it from other people, the more we kind of start to go, okay, yeah, yeah, no, though it is okay. It's that even just by talking about it, it's supporting each other to say it and to not think that if someone says no in a dance setting, for example, it's quite automatic to assume it's a reflection. If someone says no to me, "Oh, that's a reflection on me. What have I done?" But it's
Yeah.
not all about me. It's the other person. They're the one that said no. Their reasons could be many. I'm only one of them.
Mm.
So it's
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah, and I mean, I experience both sides. Of course, when someone says no to me, then all the self-critique is coming out.
yeah,
Like, for example, oh no, I'm not good enough. I don't look good today, or maybe I should have wear my nice leggings or whatever. But in the end, I think we always have to accept that it's a no, and no matter what the reason is, it has nothing to do with me. And if it has, it's not my problem.
yeah, very much so. Unless they've communicated something specific to you that you can do or that you can consider,
Mm.
then yeah, there's why do we always think that it's us that we've done something? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And for me, the most important thing is to be respectful, even if I say no or someone says no to me, that it's in a nice way, or that we
Mm.
are still respectful to each other.
Yes.
So this is the much more important thing.
Oh, definitely. Yes. And it is sometimes we feel we're comparing ourselves to others that the other people in the room make me feel less good or less beautiful or whatever it may be. Um, but trying to acknowledge and deal and go, okay, it's okay to feel like that, valid emotion, but where is it coming from? Why am I letting that dictate the course of my night?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
And I think it's so important that we realize what's going on right now in this moment, and then to take a step back and say, okay, um, I don't let all these thoughts and feelings to decide how the night is going, because I decide myself
Yes.
how the night is going. And it's really what I also expect on the dance floor or also in the fitness. You have always people who want to show off. And it's a small part of the whole community, but they have an effect on people who don't have a very strong self-esteem or confidence.
Yeah.
And even though we should not compare ourselves to those people, but I think it's just important to see what do they make with us. I mean, they don't do anything bad because it's me. How do I see them? But I still think we should also just support all the people who want to dance. Go on the dance floor, enjoy, have fun.
Yeah.
And there are so many other people, and it's really not about how you look like or how good you are, because it's about the fun and getting better as a dancer, but also as a person.
Saying just the things we've been talking about on how to step back from things, consider our perspectives first and not projecting how we feel onto someone else. There is so much scope in dancing to grow. And that's something that I've loved the last few years is, yes, I've learned to dance. I'm still learning to dance, but it's that me growth has been fantastic as well.
Mm.
What do you think is the biggest thing that you've taken from all of this in, let's say, the last 5 years?
I think it's not only about dancing or fitness, it's about the whole journey that I went through also. Just to be able to accept myself for who I am. And sometimes it's more difficult and sometimes it's easier. But when I see myself years ago and when I see myself now, it's a big difference. And I think it's also the people that surround me, or also my partner, who I actually got to know through dancing, who really also encouraged me to accept myself for who I am. And this is also a best friend can do, but just to surround myself with the right people who support me in what I want to do and where I can grow. And I'm sure if it's in fitness or dance, we kind of attract those people, and it's good to really keep connected and exchange our feelings and thoughts. And this is something, we just can support each other.
Yeah, because it's a very intentional choice who you surround yourself with. Because as you say, there are those who want to show off, or there are those who want to take up more space than others. But that's in our power to go, okay, but I'm going to be over here with people that make me feel great, that I can make feel great. And we have that synergy going on. And that can be an intentional thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, it's really, I want to support other people on their own journey to know it's going to be fine, and you can really work on that, and there is always a solution. Meaning, because some of them are like, no, I'm not good enough, and they are they see themselves kind of as a victim because they cannot change it, but they can if they want. And there are so many strategies, and it's just to find out which is the right one.
Okay. And if you were to give one strategy today that you think can help someone with, I don't feel good enough on the dance floor, what would it be?
To write down all the little tiny success that you have, and focus on what you are good in. And also remember yourself that, for example, in another topic where you started and where you are right now, to write down all the progress and success instead of focusing on what you're not good enough.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sandra.
for me, really dancing, if it's bachata or dance fitness, dance yoga, whatever, or even yoga, it's about expressing your feelings, and which is really important for our health also.
Thank you so much, Sandra, for joining us today. It's been wonderful to give space to talk about emotions, both positive and negative, and the valid space they have in our lives, on the dance floor, everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your invitation.
Thank you for listening to the Empowered Dancers podcast. If there's an aspect of the dancing you would like to hear about, or a particular teacher you would like to hear from, drop me a message and I will try to make it happen. Make sure you subscribe to get every episode as it comes out. Thank you so much for the comments and questions you are already sharing. I really, really appreciate it, and I look forward to serving you in next week's episode.